Far from the bustling cities of the Philippines lies Batanes, the country's northernmost province, an archipelago of 10 small islands, only 3 of which are inhabited. These islands are a world unto themselves, offering a glimpse into a simpler, more serene way of life. Closer to Taiwan than to Luzon, Batanes is a land of rolling green hills, dramatic cliffs, and stone houses built to withstand fierce typhoons. The landscape is both rugged and breathtaking, a testament to nature's raw beauty. For centuries, its isolation shaped a unique culture, the Batanes, defined by resilience and community. Their traditions and way of life have been preserved through generations, creating a rich tapestry of history and heritage. But today, Batanes is at the center of a geopolitical storm, a place where global interests converge. The province sits astride the Bashi Channel, a vital artery for global trade and a strategic choke point for naval forces. This channel is a crucial passageway, influencing international maritime routes. What was once a forgotten frontier is now a focal point for military planners in Washington, Beijing, and Manila. The strategic importance of Batanes cannot be overstated. The winds that shaped its landscape now carry whispers of conflict as tensions rise in the region. The beauty of Batanes is almost otherworldly, often compared to the highlands of Scotland with endless green pastures and iconic lighthouses. It is a place where time seems to stand still, yet its tranquility is what makes its newfound strategic importance so jarring. The contrast between peace and potential conflict is stark. The story of Batanes is no longer just about landscapes or culture, it's about global power dynamics and how a small peaceful community is being drawn into a conflict not of its own making. The world watches as Batanes stands at a crossroads. The fate of these islands could ripple far beyond their shores, shaping the future of security in the entire region. The implications are vast and far-reaching. We came here to understand what's at stake for Batanes and for the world. The story of Batanes is a microcosm of larger global issues, a narrative that continues to unfold. To truly grasp Batanes' immense strategic significance, you only need to look at a map. Its location is not just a matter of geography, but of global consequence. Just 120 miles south of Taiwan, this remote Philippine province sits right beside the Bashi Channel, a critical maritime passage that connects the South China Sea to the vast Pacific Ocean. Its proximity to Taiwan and this narrow waterway places Batanes at the heart of a potential geopolitical flashpoint. A significant portion of global shipping, including vital energy supplies destined for Japan and South Korea, passes through this narrow strait every day. The Bashi Channel is a lifeline for the economies of Northeast Asia, making it one of the world's busiest and most important maritime corridors. Control over this channel means control over a key economic artery, one that powers industries, fuels cities, and sustains millions of lives across the region. For China's Navy, the Bashi Channel is one of the few deep-water passages that provide direct access to the Pacific, bypassing the island chains that otherwise hem in its fleet. If China ever decided to move on Taiwan, its naval forces would almost certainly pass through these waters, making the channel a likely focal point in any future conflict. For the United States and its allies, monitoring and potentially controlling this channel is absolutely essential, not just for containing Chinese expansion, but for defending Taiwan and maintaining the balance of power in the Asia-Pacific. Batanes offers a perfect, unsinkable observation post at the very edge of this critical theater, providing a vantage point that cannot be replicated by ships or aircraft alone. Any military installation here, whether radar, missiles, or logistics, would have a direct line of sight into this vital corridor, allowing for early warning and rapid response. This transforms Batanes from a remote backwater into a frontline position in any potential conflict over Taiwan, changing its destiny overnight. The islands are no longer just a tranquil home for fishermen and farmers. They have become a strategic prize, drawing the attention of global powers and reshaping local life. The fate of Batanes is now inextricably linked to the fate of Taiwan, and by extension, to the future of the entire region. The story of Batanes is inseparable from the larger US-China rivalry in the Asia-Pacific. At the heart of this rivalry is Taiwan, a self-governing democracy that China claims as its own. The US, bound by law to help Taiwan defend itself, has strengthened alliances in the region with the Philippines as a critical partner. Under the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, American forces have access to Philippine bases, some near Taiwan. While Batanes isn't yet an official EDCA site, its potential use is openly discussed. China sees any military buildup here as a direct threat, warning Manila against entanglement. The waters around Batanes have become a theater of the new Cold War, a great game where the islands are a crucial pawn. Beyond strategy and hardware, Batanes is home to the Ivitans, a people shaped by centuries of isolation and harsh environment. Their ancestors migrated from Taiwan, reflected in their language and genetics. The iconic stone houses built to withstand typhoons are a metaphor for the Ivitans, strong, enduring, and deeply rooted. The Honesty Coffee Shop, an unmanned store run on trust, symbolizes their integrity. Batanes' history is one of peace, but its strategic location brought trauma during World War II, when Japanese forces invaded. This memory lingers, reminding locals that geography can be both blessing and curse. The Ivitans have managed their affairs with minimal outside interference, preserving their environment and culture. The prospect of becoming a military outpost threatens to upend a way of life nurtured for centuries. Batanes is rapidly transforming from a quiet tourist haven into a strategic asset. The Philippine military, once minimally present, is now bolstering its presence and infrastructure. Plans are underway to upgrade naval facilities and airstrips, enhancing the ability to monitor the Bashi Channel. A stronger military footprint asserts Philippine sovereignty and signals Manila's commitment to defending its northern frontier. The U.S. is playing a key role, conducting joint drills and providing security assistance. Even without permanent U.S. bases, joint exercises simulate scenarios critical in a Taiwan conflict. The strategic logic is clear. A hardened Batanes creates a significant obstacle for potential Chinese aggression. The rolling hills once prized by tourists are now assessed for tactical value. The idyllic haven is being repurposed into a strategic stronghold. The transformation is swift and irreversible. As military plans become reality, the people of Batanes find themselves caught in the middle of a complex situation, where their tranquil lives are now intertwined with national defense strategies. Some residents view the buildup as a necessary measure for protection, drawing parallels to the trauma and devastation experienced during World War II, which still lingers in their collective memory. Others, however, fear it will make them a target, sacrificing their cherished peace for the strategic interests of larger powers, which may not align with their own. "We don't want war. Building bases here is like painting a bullseye on our backs," one elder passionately states, echoing the sentiments of many in the community. The local government supports national security initiatives but insists on the importance of protecting Ivitan culture and the pristine environment that defines their home. Any development must be sustainable and involve the community, ensuring that their voices are heard and respected in the decision-making process. The challenge lies in balancing national defense needs with the desires and traditions of the local population, who have lived here for generations. There are practical concerns, limited resources, potential strain on water and electricity, and disruption to tourism and fishing, which are vital to the local economy. Social impacts worry many. How will a large, transient military population affect the close-knit community, known for its strong bonds and traditions? The Ivitans are not anti-military, but they are fiercely protective of their home and way of life, which they wish to preserve for future generations. They want a say in their future to ensure that their voices are not drowned out by external forces. The question remains, is the price of security the loss of the very peace they seek to protect? A peace that has defined their lives for so long? The stakes could not be higher, as the community stands at a crossroads, facing decisions that will shape their future. International relations experts see Batanes as a critical piece on a complex chessboard. Dr. Richard Haydarian calls it the linchpin of the Philippines' northern defense, indispensable for maritime awareness and any credible defense of Taiwan. For the U.S., Batanes is part of a broader strategy of integrated deterrence, complicating China's military planning. It's not about building a massive U.S. base, but ensuring the location can be used by the Philippines with U.S. support if crisis erupts. Manila's strengthened alliance with Washington pushes back against China's expansive claims in the South China Sea. Fortifying Batanes signals a reassertion of Philippine sovereignty, but experts warn any buildup must be managed to avoid unintended escalation. There's a fine line between deterrence and provocation. China will see any significant military presence as a provocation. The challenge is to enhance defense without crossing a red line that could trigger conflict. Batanes sits atop a tinderbox. The moves here must be precise. From atop a lighthouse, the view of the Bashi Channel is no longer just scenic. It's a strategic frontier. The islands are at a crossroads, caught between a peaceful past and a perilous future. The people of Batanes face a dilemma: security through military presence or the risk of becoming a target. Their home, a sanctuary of beauty and heritage, is being drawn into great power competition. The Philippine government must secure national interests without sacrificing Ivatan well-being. For the US, supporting its ally requires nuance, not turning Batanes into an American fortress. The focus must be on building Philippine defense, not creating outposts. The future of Batanes remains unwritten, its fate a bellwether for the Asia-Pacific. The choices made here will resonate far beyond these shores. What does the future hold for Batanes? The answer is as unpredictable as the typhoons that shape its landscape. One possible future: tense stability, with a measured military buildup deterring conflict but changing daily life. Another: escalating tensions, where Batanes becomes a target in a wider confrontation. Or, a hopeful path: diplomacy prevails, tensions ease, and Batanes leverages its location for peaceful purposes. As of today, the path remains unclear. The winds of change are blowing fiercely across these ancient isles. The story of Batanes is a microcosm of the challenges facing small communities in an era of superpower competition. Geography becomes destiny, and global politics reach even the most remote corners. The people of Batanes have weathered countless storms before, but the storm gathering now may be their greatest challenge yet.